all of your favorite recipes.
Simply Food.
You should know by now that you're in for a treat.
Simply Food.
There's no other channel where you'd rather be.
Simply Food.
Seafood, pasta, cakes, and pies. Sing and laugh and even cry. Like and share and hit subscribe. Simply Food by TY.
All right, y'all, let's jump into these ingredients. So we have some oyster sauce here. I'm also going to use the low sodium soy sauce. I would highly recommend using the low sodium soy sauce in this recipe. I'm also going to use some hoisin sauce. And also, anybody got time to be grating down ginger, so I'm going to use the ginger paste as well as the garlic paste. And to give it that authentic Chinese flair, we're going to go in with some Shaoxing cooking wine, which is key to giving that takeout flavor. I'm also going to be using some cornstarch as my thickener. And now let's start to talk about our veggies. Now, the good thing about lo mein is, honestly, y'all, there is no right or wrong way in making this. You can use whatever type of vegetables you want, especially if you have a fridge full of vegetables that you're trying to figure out how to get rid of them. This is the type of recipe that is a great way to utilize all of that stuff. This is one large sweet onion here. I'm going to give it a rough chop. For instance, in this particular recipe, I had leftover collard greens. So that's going to be the green leafy vegetable that I'm going to use in this, which isn't something that I would typically use, but it turned out absolutely delicious. But you can add in broccoli, you can add in broccolini, you can add in bok choy, mushrooms, and so forth and so forth. You can really add in whatever you would like. The only thing you really need to pay attention to truly is how to make the sauce. I'm also going to be using some Cantonese egg noodles instead of the standard lo mein noodles. But let me tell you something. These noodles are everything. I really, really love the texture of these noodles. And like I said, I'm going to be using some leftover collard greens that I had. Now, I will tell you this now. I probably only used about a cup to a cup and a half of the matchstick carrots. And as far as the collard greens are concerned, I probably would say before they're cooked, it was probably about 2 to 3 cups. Because once it gets cooked down, it's going to drastically reduce. So it might seem like a lot, but it truly isn't, because it's going to cook down. And definitely make sure that you guys thoroughly wash those collard greens before you start to cook with them. Don't forget that step. And because I'm making shrimp lo mein, of course you got to have yourself some nice shrimp. And this is honestly one of the reasons why I like to make it at home, because I can't stand going to the Chinese places and they give you them wimp ass shrimp that have no flavor and half the time are not properly deveined. I can't take it. So make sure your shrimp are peeled, deveined, clean, and dried. Let's talk about the sauce. Now, I'm going to go in with about a half a tablespoon of both the ginger and the garlic. I really love how ginger forward this recipe is. If you're not a big ginger fan, you can reduce that. I'm going to go in with 4 tablespoons of the low sodium soy sauce, which again is the reason why I said using the low sodium soy sauce is key, because we're using 4 tablespoons of it. Also, the low sodium soy sauce to me has a little bit more of a sweeter flavor than your standard soy sauce. I'm also going in with 1 tablespoon of the 2 tablespoons of the oyster sauce. Child, it is like 2 a.m. while I'm over here trying to do this recording for y'all. So I'm like half asleep right now. But I'm going to get it done for you, honey. I'm going to get it done for you, okay? So we got the oyster sauce in. I'm also going to go in with a half a tablespoon of the hoisin sauce. Now, if you guys have dark soy sauce on hand, add in 1 tablespoon of that as well. I didn't have any, unfortunately, but trust me, I didn't lose anything in flavor. I'm also going to add in a half a tablespoon of the Shaoxing cooking wine. A little bit goes a long way. 1/4 of a cup of water. And then I'm also going to be adding in 2 tablespoons of the cornstarch. And that's it. That is your sauce mixture. You're going to give that a good whisk until it's fully combined. And then you can go on ahead and set that to the side. Literally, you guys, that's kind of it. You're going to follow the instructions on whatever type of noodles you use, whether you're using spaghetti, whether you're using egg noodles, whether you're using the Cantonese style egg noodles that I'm using. Just follow those instructions on the back of the package and then set it to the side. But keep in mind, because you're stir frying, you do not want to overcook your noodles, okay? Let's move over to the wok. You want to make sure that your wok is nice and hot. I'm going to go in with about 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You can use vegetable oil. It doesn't really matter. Make sure that you have your shrimp nice and dried out. after you've properly cleaned them. And I'm going to go in with a little bit of spike seasoning. Y'all know I love spike seasoning. I kind of been adding it on damn near everything lately. But then I'm also going to be going in with just a little bit, okay, of the Slap Your Mama hot Creole seasoning. This is not going to make this spicy at all, but it does give it a little bit more flavor to it. And if you don't want to use either one of these shrimp will also be bombed with just kosher salt and cracked black pepper. Sometimes you don't need a lot of extra stuff. It'll still do the trick. So now that our wok is up at temp, we're going to go on ahead and add in those onions. I'm going to cook these onions for roughly about, 1 to 2 minutes or until they're nice and translucent. You don't want to fry them up. You do want to get them kind of nice and soft. Right now, we're kind of starting to build in the flavor. The best thing about making lo mein or stir fries, they do not take any time and everything happens in one pot. So now we're going to go ahead and add in all of those collard greens. And like I said, that might look like roughly about 2 to 3 cups of collard greens uncooked. But by the time that cooks down, that literally is only going to come out to maybe about 1.5 cups. So, just keep that in mind. Collard greens kind of work the same way as like spinach or really any other type of green leafy vegetable. They drastically cook down. You want to allow those to really cook for I'd say about 2 to 3 minutes before you add in your carrots, because the carrots you're kind of just essentially, heating through. You still want those to kind of have a little bit of a crunch to it. So, allow this portion here to cook for another 2 to 3 minutes just to get it nice and stir fried, and make sure that you are keeping your wok up nice and high. You don't want any of this stuff to start to steam. So once your veggies are looking really nice and good, you can go on ahead and actually remove those out of the pan and sit those to the side. Once you get all of those taken out of your pan, then we're going to go right back in while that pan is still nice and hot. We're going to add in another 1 to 2 tablespoons of our olive oil, and we can go on ahead and add in our beautiful shrimp. Once again, make sure that that wok stays nice and hot. You don't want any of this to start to steam. Once your shrimp get in, leave them alone. Don't go mixing them around too much. You want to, allow that seasoning to kind of crust onto it a little bit. So allow those to cook until they're almost done. Key, almost done. Once you notice that your shrimp maybe only have about a minute or so left to finish cooking, I would say go ahead and take them out. Well, not necessarily take them out, but go ahead and add in your vegetables, because you're going to be still cooking them inside of this when we start to add in the lo mein noodles, once you add in the sauce. So if you fully cook your shrimp at the very beginning, they'll be tough at the end. So, kind of keep that in mind. So we've just reincorporated our delicious vegetables. And as you can see, this is already starting to look bomb, y'all, okay? So now that we've done that, now it's time to go on ahead and add in our delicious noodles. Once again, I have never worked with this particular brand or even this style of pasta before, but it was absolutely delicious. Like I love the texture of these noodles. I probably will be doing multiple recipes when I go back to the store to buy some more of these. What I'm doing right now is I'm kind of just taking the time to kind of work everything in together. Now, because we already have the oil in the pan, that's also going to help loosen up these noodles so that everything can kind of get nicely incorporated. Once you can kind of see that the noodles are kind of loosened up, make sure once again that that wok is up still nice and high. You don't want any of this to start steaming. You can then get ready to start to add in your delicious sauce. By the time we get to the point of adding in our sauce mixture, honestly, your wok should be so hot that at that stage you can go ahead and turn off the heat. The residual heat from that wok will do everything you need it to do at this point, because honestly, right now, all you're doing is heating that sauce through. And because of the cornstarch, it's going to immediately get nice and thick. Now, if you want yours a little bit more saucy, of course, you can add in some more chicken broth or some more water, but this is kind of the consistency that I like mine. And just that quick, you guys have made yourself some deliciously bomb shrimp lo mein. Look, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. This turned out so bomb. Okay, I have no need to be going to my local Chinese spot. I will be making this at home. Y'all give this video a thumbs up. Make sure y'all hit subscribe. Make sure that notification bell is set to all so that you'll always get notified when I post a new video. And as always, y'all babies stay cute and take care. Bye, y'all. Enjoy.